Hello trainers, Professor Palm here, and I just want to say not only welcome to March, but welcome to the spring! As you can tell, spring has sprung. Well, it is only just the beginning of March, and yeah, but finally it's nice and warm, and also snow is starting to melt and the grass is coming back. So yeah, now we can enjoy some fun spring activities. Oh, and not only welcome to March, but I want to welcome you all to the Meadow of March. Last year, I'm pretty sure a lot of you remember I did March Meltdown. For the month of March last year, I talked all about fire-type Pokémon. After all, we were finally melting the snow. So, I'm gonna do the same thing this month for the Meadow of March, but not with fire-type Pokémon. Instead, I'm gonna talk all about grass-type Pokémon. There's so much we could talk on with grass-type Pokémon. After all, the snow's gone, and it's a perfect time to do some things like, oh, I don't know, maybe go planting, maybe grab yourself a bunch of seeds, plant them in the soil, and watch as they sprout into a little bud, or maybe turn into beautiful flowers. Either way it goes, spring is a great time to start gardening and also watch as life begins anew. For the Meadow of March, I'm thinking that we should start off fresh, maybe starting off with a grass type for a starter. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to go down that route, but yeah, I'm pretty sure many of you trainers out there start off with the grass type. It's a good typing to start with, but we're going to talk about the line that we're starting with. And for the month of March, when the snow melts and it becomes nice and warm, it's a good time to stay in the sun, maybe go sunbathing, or do a couple of spring activities. To me, there is no line that shows me better of how great it is to be under the sun and enjoy yourself than these two Pokemon, being of course, Sunkern and Sunflora. Yep, the Sunflower line is a great line to show just all the joys you have in the springtime. Yeah, for the Meadow of March, we are going to start off fragile like a flower, but sometimes that's a good idea. After all, every seed starts off very fragile before it becomes strong as a tree. Almost every tree out there started off as a little seed before it became what it is. And for the very first line, I think we're starting off very high. After all, spring is a time for planting and watching things grow. I think that we should watch everything that this line does and learn all about what makes Sunflora so beautiful and where it starts from. But before we can do that, Technova, I'd like to give you a very special thanks for my shirt. This one is called the Grass Star Within. Since we're talking about flower Pokemon for the Meadow of March, I couldn't think of a better shirt to wear than this one. Since we're going to be talking about grass-type Pokemon, do you have a favorite grass-type Pokemon starter or other Pokemon? Well, I'm pretty sure that Technova has a shirt with your name written on it with an amazing design just like this. I may not be sponsored by her, but of course I want to give her a special thanks for making a shirt like this, and I hope that you check her out and just say Professor Palm sent you. After all, why buy silly stock image t-shirts when you can give an artist like Technova good business and as well make yourself look like an amazing trainer. The sun is shining bright, trainers. So let's go outside. Let's go into the meadow. A nice sunny spring day is a great day to go outside and do so many things. And you know something? Just like planting seeds and plants for all of March and the spring, I'm also going to plant a little seed for March. And I'm going to start with it, with the little sunflower seed itself, Sunkern. Sunkern, the seed Pokemon, is based on sunflower seeds, the ones that are sprouting, or as the way they often are called, shooting. For its habitat, Sunkern live in grassy fields and meadows. Sunkern enjoy being in the sun as it makes them feel strong and very happy. Sunkern is very weak. Its only means of defense is to shake its leaf desperately at its attackers, trying to make itself look bigger. Unfortunately, this only makes Sunkern look like a beacon. Sunkern's main enemy are wild bird Pokemon that really love to feed on its sprout. So, if you're an early bird, what do you really like to do? Do you like to go get the paper and read it? Do you like to go for a morning jog or morning walk? Or do you sometimes like to watch Sunkern fall from the morning sky? Yes, that's a thing. It's kind of crazy to see this happen, but when it happens, it's something you'll never forget. How and why Sunkern does this isn't known actually, but there are a few theories going on. One theory suggests that since Sunkern is not the strongest Pokemon, it's easily blown by the wind, and wherever it happens to fall from the sky is where it was let down by the wind. But another theory goes that since Sunkern is often preyed on by many bird Pokemon, it's possible after they eat the shoot on top of their head, they just drop them right back down to the ground. If you happen to see a Sunkern in the wild, they're not oftentimes going to be moving from place to place, as Sunkern keep their movement to a minimum in order to conserve the energy and nutrients that they have stored in their bodies for evolution. For food, it's said that Sunkern lives only by drinking the morning dewdrops under the leaves of plants. Sunkern feeds off these morning dewdrops until it can evolve. Kind of sad that it only can drink dew instead of getting other things. Well, I guess that's also proof that it's very scared to go outside because it knows it will be attacked by other bird Pokemon or other predators. Just like seeds and other grass-type Pokemon, Sunkern really do not like the cold. So in order to stay warm, they hibernate during the winter in very warm places. However, at the start of both the spring and the summer, the Sunkern population explodes, and you can find them just about everywhere you look. As you know, the Sunkern population explode during the summertime or the springtime, but what really makes Sunkern explode is the heat as well as all the sunshine. Sunkern love being in the sun. Honestly, these Pokemon will take every advantage they have of all that sunshine just to grow stronger and also just to be happy. But when it becomes dark or when it becomes the nighttime, Sunkern do not become active at all. In fact, they stop immediately where they're standing and either burrow themselves into the ground or they just fall asleep. If there's no sunshine, then there's no reason for them to be active. Sunkern made its anime debut in the Pokemon Johto League Champions episode, Moving Pictures. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, Todd Snap, Misty, and Brock all found a frozen Sunkern. After nurturing it back to health, Ash used a Sunstone in order to evolve the Sunkern into Sunflora. This was done to help Sophia and Marcel take a picture with a bunch of Sunflora for their golden anniversary. In the core series games, Sunkern has two abilities, Chlorophyll or Solar Power. Make sure that you have the move Sunny Day on hand or be in an area with lots of sunshine, because that's when these abilities really help out. Ugh! Man, that is strong sunshine. Well, at least we have it, because now we can talk about both of the abilities. We'll start off with Chlorophyll. If you have a Sunkern with this ability, Chlorophyll boosts Sunkern's speed stat, as long as there's harsh sunlight. Solar Power, on the other hand, gives Sunkern a special attack boost, which is pretty great, but on the other hand, it also decreases its HP every turn, making Solar Power a kind of double-edged sword ability. And of course, when Generation 5 came out, it introduced hidden abilities. Sunkern's hidden ability is none other than Early Bird, which really comes in handy as Sunkern wakes up very quickly. Well, I guess you could say Sunkern is a little bit of a morning Pokemon. Remember the unfortunate thing I said about Sunkern being weak? Well, I wasn't trying to be mean. You see, Sunkern has the lowest HP, defense, and special defense stat of all grass-type Pokemon. And also, as of Generation 5, Sunkern has the lowest base experience yield of all Pokemon. I gotta say, it is rather sad that Sunkern is a very weak Pokemon. Well, I guess that it shouldn't be a surprise. After all, it is just a little seed Pokemon. But, as you know, seeds grow and they become much bigger and much stronger. After all, ever heard the phrase, strong as a tree? Well, in this case, I guess strong as a flower, because we can evolve our little Sunkern using a Sunstone into the beautiful sunflower itself, Sunflora! Oh my, just looking at this means that we're gonna have ourselves not just happy days, but sunny days as well. Sunflora, the sun Pokemon, is based on a sunflower. Sunflowers are some of my personal favorite flowers, and they're a great sign to tell you spring has begun. The petals on Sunflora's face tell its mood. During the hot seasons, or the summer, Sunflora's petals become more vivid and lively. When Sunflora is very happy, the petals on its face dance. But when Sunflora is sad or going through a lot of stress, its petals on its face droop. Also, as seen in the anime, when Sunflora goes to sleep, it closes the petals upon its face. Sunflora has a very happy-go-lucky attitude. This Pokemon not only loves the sunshine, but it really loves making people happy. In the daytime, Sunflora rushes around in a hectic manner. Those who see a Sunflora, even the saddest and most depressed people, can't help it but give a big smile when seeing this Pokemon. Since Sunflora have that very happy attitude, and they're always active during the sun, or not only running but also walking everywhere in the sun, do you think it's possible in the world of Pokemon that Katrina and the Wave song Walking on Sunshine was inspired by Sunflora? During the days of the spring and the summer, Sunflora can be found dancing and singing happily. In fact, Sunflora are known to dance together under the sunlight, and it's been known as the Dance of the Sunflowers. Sunflora converts solar energy into nutrition, and because of this, anytime you see a Sunflora, you'll always see it looking towards the sun. Doing this is what gives it not only its energy, but also all the food it needs. So yeah, it's gonna be very rare to ever see a Sunflora eating anything else. Sunflora also really enjoy rain. After all, they are based off of sunflowers, and flowers love having water. Oh, and unfortunately, since showers oftentimes blot out the sun, this makes Sunflora a little unhappy. But if there's a sun shower, that will make Sunflora very happy, not just because the sun's out, but because it's getting both the sunshine and the rain. To this, Sunflora sees a sun shower as nothing more than a good luck charm. Just like with other grass-type Pokemon, Sunflora does not like cold weather or being in the cold. In fact, this Pokemon will go anywhere it can just to be warm all year round. So yeah, oftentimes these Pokemon migrate in order to stay warm, but when the spring comes, Sunflora return and bring all the happiness and all the sun that they can back from where they started. As you know, Sunflora love the sunlight, but when sunset comes and it gets dark, things really change for Sunflora. Not only do they close their petals and go to sleep, but Sunflora become as still as a statue. Nothing at all can move them. This is also because Sunflora are terrified of the dark and what hides within it. On a funny note, I guess you could see Cacturne and Sunflora as opposites. While Sunflora is happy and active during the day, it becomes still as a statue at night. The opposite is for Cacturne, who stays as still as a statue during the day, but at night, they walk all around the desert. Sunflora made its anime debut in the Pokemon Johto Journeys episode, Grin to Win, where the citizens of Bloomingvale held their annual Sunflora Festival. This episode also introduced something that never came into the games, and it was different sizes of Sunflora. However, that's never really been a thing in the game. Is it possible that this was an Alpha Sunflora that we encountered before we knew about Alpha Pokemon? Who knows? In the anime, Sunflora is Meowth's most frequent disguise, as he's pretended to be a Sunflora almost 7 times. In the core series games, Sunflora has 2 abilities, being Chlorophyll or Solar Power. If you want these abilities to work, make sure you have a Pokemon with the move Sunny Day or have a Pokemon with Drought, because then these abilities will really help you in battle. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Artizone Gym Leader Brassius adores Sunflora, and he makes many statues and paintings all around town. However, despite his love for this Pokemon, he never uses it on his team. Sunflora's other ability, Solar Power, can be very helpful as it boosts Sunflora's special attack. However, it comes at a price, as Solar Power also decreases Sunflora's HP every turn, making this ability a bit of a double-edged sword. When Generation 5 came out with Pokemon Black White, Black 2, and White 2, it introduced hidden abilities. Sunflora's hidden ability is none other than Early Bird. If you're a person who likes to battle competitively with the hidden abilities, Early Bird will be very helpful as Sunflora awakens very quickly if it falls asleep. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Artizone Gym Leader Brassius adores Sunflora, and he makes many statues and paintings all around town. However, despite his love for this Pokemon, he never uses it on his team. Also in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Artizone Gym Test has you play hide and seek trying to find 10 Sunflora. Having them run with you feels like that you're either in an anime opening or an ending in a field of flowers. In Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, and Explorers of Darkness, Sunflora is a major character and a member of the Wigglytuff Guild. She often says, "Oh my gosh!" Sunflora also keeps her "Oh my gosh" diary in her room and updates it over the course of the game if you ever read it. When using them in battle, Sunkern and Sunflora, being pure Grass-type Pokemon, have a lot of weaknesses, and they have a major disadvantage in a battle when they're hit with attacks that are Flying-type, Ice-type, Poison-type, Bug-type, and Fire-type. Wow, they have a lot of weaknesses. Maybe they can make it up for it in strengths. Well, let's find out. When Sunflora and Sunkern battle, they have a few types that they're very strong against. Being pure Grass type, they have Grass type moves that are super effective on Rock type, Ground type, and Water type. Wow, not enough strengths to counteract all those weaknesses they have, but sometimes some Grass Pokemon are strong as trees. And hey, Sunkern and Sunflora may be flowers, but they still know how to be strong in battle. As you know, there are so many Grass-type Pokemon out there based off of flowers, and there are other Pokemon out there as well based off of flowers. Unfortunately, when it first began, there were so many Pokemon that were poison Grass-type flowers. So yeah, giving it to someone you love or your significant other was often a bad idea because of all the toxins that they release. Thankfully, the Johto region saw this and decided, oh, nope, we better make good flower Pokemon that you can give to someone to make them happy. And of course, we got the Chikorita line, we got Blossom, and of course, we got the happy-go-lucky line of Sunkern and Sunflora. Giving these is like giving someone a very happy day. After all the cold we just were in, I think it's nice that we're finally going to go outside to the warmth. And when we do, we'll see plenty of Sunkern and Sunflora. Since these Pokemon do learn the move Sunny Day, how about we melt all that snow and go play with all of these Pokemon? After all, Sunflora really love the sun and they'll show us plenty of games to play. While Sunkern may not do a lot, it still will be a lot of fun to have around. Oh, and why not do a nice dance of the spring coming? It's pretty cute to see we start off with a little seed before it becomes the big happy sunflower. What's kind of ironic about this line is that Sunkern barely move as they always conserve their energy, and then when it evolves, it becomes a Pokemon with a huge burst of energy that can't even sit still. I think it's just so ironic that these Pokemon are polar opposites. I'm gonna be honest, in the beginning, I really didn't like Sunflora and Sunkern. I kind of saw them as forgotten Pokemon for a good reason, as no one else I knew ever really talked about them. It wasn't until Pokemon Soul Silver, when I did a Nuzlocke challenge, that I got a Sunkern and a Sunflora. I have to be honest, at first I didn't like them, but as the game went on, I really learned to love this Pokemon. It was a great thing to have, and it was fun walking with these Pokemon. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the championship or the Elite Four with Sunflora, as her life was tragically cut short in the final battle against Claire's Kingdra. It really hurt having to release it, but I have all those good memories to always keep with me with my wonderful Sunflora, Sunny. Do you know somebody who's going through some darkness right now? That they're really sad, that the days are very stormy, and they need some happiness in their life? Well, if you ask me, look no further than Sunkern and Sunflora. These Pokemon know how to bring the sunshine to anyone. Sunkern's adorableness can always bring a big smile out, while Sunflora's happy-go-lucky attitude and its wonderful dance always can make people happy. So, yeah, if you know someone out there, please give them a Sunkern or a Sunflora. Make them see the sunlight, make them see the happiness, give them some sunny days, and always remind them, no matter what happens, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Welcome back from your day at the Meadow Trainers. I hope you learned so much about Sunkern and Sunflora, but I have a few questions for you, trainers. What's your favorite Pokemon line or Pokemon based on a flower? When it comes to the Sunstone, what's your favorite Pokemon line that requires it for them to evolve? Are Grass-type Pokemon your favorite, least favorite, or ones you like and don't really have anything against? Also, if they are dual typing, what do you think is the best combo with a grass type? And of course, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, did you like the Sunflora hide and seek challenge at the Artizone gym? Well, trainers, if you liked what you saw, please leave a like. If you have any questions, you want me to cover another grass type Pokemon line, another Pokemon line, you want to answer any of the questions I threw out at you, or you want me to talk about something other Pokemon related, please comment. And as always, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, smash that subscribe button. I hope that you enjoyed the first episode of the Meadow of March. There are a few more episodes of this coming, so stay tuned, trainers. Thanks for watching. Palm out!